Hi everyone, you guys are welcome to turn. We're gonna give everybody like 2, 3 minutes to hop in. You guys are welcome to turn on your mics and introduce yourselves. I would love to know where you guys are from, if you're solo, SD, specializing, all the things.
Oh, Maria, by the way, I was able to buy us a little more time.
Perfect. I have some good questions.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
I'm excited.
Be awesome.
So I'll give time, but before, like, you guys will know when we're starting, we'll do the introduction. The reason why I like to start the introduction like that is because I do like to put this up via YouTube on the replay. Because I do understand that some of us are, like, if somebody calls us and they're like, can I come in? You're going to take it. So I understand that the replay is important. But I do hope that we make this a safe enough space. Like, that's my goal for the group. I want you guys to ask questions. You have Tony here in front of you. He's generously giving us advice, questions. So, like, I really hope you guys take the time to, like, think of questions. I'm actually, just to let you guys know, maybe this will get the juices flowing. I'm gonna put the questions that I have ready in the chat. Maybe I should do one by one.
Oh gosh, yes, please do them all. The crazy thing is I haven't seen these questions at all.
You have not.
No.
But I was just like thinking, so one of the we have not started yet, but this is kind of the questions that I'm thinking of because I really want this to be value. My whole thing, why I'm so passionate about the fall season, is I hope that we niche down. That's going to help us November, December, January, February. So if we're hyper focused right now, we're going to start the conversation and open our minds to be better because it all starts with so many things. It was funny. I was talking on my live and I was like, I don't necessarily want to learn to market because I feel like that doesn't put me in my feminine energy ready to serve my clients. So I'm so happy I found you because I don't want to do that, but I do at least want an understanding and I want everybody to learn so they know how to, if they don't go with you, at least to make the informed decisions on who fits best in their team versus just trusting anybody.
For sure. For sure.
Does that make sense?
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
So we'll go back to introductions. I get all riled up. I
I
get all
love it.
excited.
Love it. Love it.
Oh, I can also.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Hello, you sound very low.
Sorry.
There you go.
Um, my name is Megan. I'm still a student. I just thought it would be beneficial for me to be in here to get some more information about your student clients because
Love it.
I am just like gonna be on the floor, not this week, but next week. So I'm trying to learn how to get more clients in, even if it is during the holidays or whenever. So I thought it'd be beneficial for me to come in here and kind of learn some things.
I love that. I love that you need to know how to market, how to do ads, all the things.
Thank you.
Are you already like do you already have your Instagram? Are you sharing your Instagram or something with the people who you're currently taking care of?
I do have an Instagram. I'm just kind of, I have one post and I've been posting like my before and afters and my highlights. I don't really know, like, I don't have a lot on my Instagram right now, but I am trying to get more followers and more clients.
Nice.
Got some people rolling in.
Do you have any advice for students, Tony, on how they can?
So I love the fact that you're a student coming into a call like this because most individuals will wait till they're done with their training, will wait till they have their studio, will wait till they have everything set up, and then realize, oh my gosh, I have no clients. How am I going to get the clients? And getting clients is something they really don't teach you in school. They touch on it, but they don't teach on it at great length. So, this class, please ask questions, and that's awesome. That's all you're here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Like to me, that's one thing. Like I'm always talking to estheticians about like they're talking about adding different modalities and things like that. And I'm like, okay, before you add the modality, do you have a client that modality fits? And if you don't have a client that modality fits, you first need to find that client before you start adding a different modality into your studio or into your practice. So key number one is always finding those clients first, then sell them something.
Okay, so we'll get started. Ready?
All right, let's do it.
Hello, everyone. I am Maria, and I am the admin of the Money Making Esthetician Group. And today I'm joined with Tony, and I'm so excited for this. If you want to do a little intro, Tony, tell us where you're from, how to find you, and all.
Yeah, so my name's Tony Cruz. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for Beauty Biz Pro and PMU Marketer. I've been in the aesthetics space and permanent makeup space since about 2017, 2018-ish. My wife opened up her own aesthetic studio and permanent makeup studio in Central Florida, and it's been going well. And that's what brought me in was actually my wife coming from a studio owner background first. And a little bit about myself. You know, I'm a national sales trainer. I've spoken on many big stages on sales training, tactics, and things like that. And I'm an individual that honestly goes against the curve when it comes to marketing. I don't really believe in discounts and things like that and just giving away services. I believe in showing value and trust and gaining trust in the client's individual experience before you can actually sell them anything. So, you know, my mindset's a little bit different when it comes to marketing than 90% of people. And I think that is what makes our company unique when it comes to helping you guys market your services, is because one came from, we still have our studio. Two, I'm always on site in studios. As you can see, I'm actually at one of my client studios right now in New Jersey, helping them out, teaching for them as well. So it's definitely something that, you know, we definitely take near and dear. So awesome. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Maria, for having me, by the way. I'm happy we connected last week.
I know. I'm pumped. Okay, so I want to give you guys a little story. When I created the group, I really wanted to get everybody. I was basically like, let's get information. Like, what do we need to do, right? There's
Mhm.
so many different hats that we wear. We're managers, we're janitors, we're doing the treatments. There's so many things. And especially in this time, one of the biggest questions I always see is, how do I get clients in the door? I'm going solo. I went solo. I don't know how to do it. And I do think that a lot of times marketers get bad reps because some people have dealt with them, or you just don't know how to trust or how to bring one on and how to do it the right way. I got hopped on a call with Tony because a mutual friend, which is Kayla Duncan, showed me the funnel. Not me, not even knowing who he is, what he did. I saw the funnel and I was like, who did this? What is this? Who did this for you? This is fantastic. And she's like, oh, it's Tony. I had no idea respectfully what Tony did or who Tony was or Tony's background. It comes to show that he has his wife. They also have another Facebook group, and which I have seen because his partner, Jake, also. So when I saw the funnel and I saw everything, that's what originally caught my attention. We hop on a call, and then he starts telling me about a virtual assistant, because I have had times where I've got leads, and I was like, I have leads, I just don't know what to do with them because I don't have the time. I have a daughter, she's in first grade. It's overwhelming. So then he gave me where you get the VA, how to properly train a VA. I've always been scared to get a VA. And he basically gave me the steps on like what to do, how to do it confidently to where they're not going to like steal your clients, or at least anyways. So that's what I'm really excited about. So then,
Yep.
but before we get to the VA stuff, I really want to niche down and hyper focus specifically in the fall season because it's coming and I want us to be ready. And
Mhm.
but before we get ready, what are the adequate steps to get ready? Is your Instagram ready? Is your website ready? Go ahead. There we go.
So I think before we even get into Instagram, website, all that, let's like go back to the basic of,
Yeah.
okay, what do I need to get ready for the fall season?
Yes.
And I ask people this all the time, like, and I'm very interactive on chat, so I'm going to ask you to type one, two, you know, things like that. But who here has an offer? Who here has an offer? Like something they give out. Who here has an offer? Does anybody have an offer?
What is an offer?
Anybody? So type one in the chat. I'm going to explain what an offer is. Type one in the chat if you have an offer. If you offer something, right? Does anybody
And
have an offer?
and two if you don't. I'm gonna put two.
Two if you don't. If you don't have an offer, let me know. Two. All right. Two. Maria's bold. Come on, guys.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, be bold. too, because if you don't type, here's the thing. I know Angelica has an offer. One, I know Sharon has an offer too. Okay. But, for those of you who don't know and haven't heard me ask that question before, an offer is an exchange of value. And when I say exchange of value, everybody on this call has an offer. Even if you're a student, you have an offer. Okay. And an offer is, hey, I offer aesthetics. I offer jet plasma. I offer biorepeal, whatever it may be, you offer something. For 99% of individuals who have never heard me say that, they think of an offer as a discount or an incentive to buy or something of that nature. That is not an offer. That is actually a discount. Like that's just you giving something away. So when I look at an exchange of services, going into the holiday season, what is something that is really going to help people in the holiday season? That's what I first ask. Like when I get ready for the holiday season, what is that one service that's really good for the holiday season? Like for example, for a lot of my SDs that offer cool sculpting, crowd sculpting, things like that, I'm like, hey, we need to work on our spring and summer offer very quickly. Okay. So that's where your offer is what's going to align with people during that season. So, for example, do you have any ideas, Maria, what services would align for the fall season?
So right off the bat, when you're thinking of that, I'm thinking about for my personal business, my V Talks for the spring season
Okay.
or the fall season. So I'm
Fall
thinking like
season.
dermaplaning, V Talks, because people want to look younger, well rested while they're taking pictures, meeting family, doing reunions, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So, VTOX. I have no clue what it is. What problem does it solve?
Fine lines, wrinkles,
Okay.
drainage. Yeah.
Okay. So, if I ran an ad right now for VTOX, how much do you charge? Just
I believe it's $238, something like that.
okay. If I ran an ad for VTOX, it said $238. To Maria, that's an amazing deal, right? It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
To the general public, they're like, "What's VTOX?
100%.
What is it? What does that look like?" So that's where for that offer, let's put together the offer. Okay. How long does it take for VTOX to take place and actually like see results?
So it's a 90-minute session, and I would say between 4 and 6 sessions.
4 and 6 sessions. How quickly can I get through 4 sessions?
Every 2 weeks.
Okay. So 6 weeks to flawless wrinkle-free skin.
Ooh, yeah.
Fall special, 6 weeks to flawless wrinkle-free skin. Hashtag dump the tox, because Facebook and Instagram and Google don't like using the word Botox. So dump the tox, meaning Botox gets rid of fine lines, wrinkles, things like that. Okay. So when people are looking at like, what is that? And they're saying dump the tox, that means it's not Botox, but we want people to think it does something very similar. The newest and greatest thing. Because what do people want? They want the newest and latest and greatest thing, right? So your offer, Maria, is 6 weeks to flawless wrinkle-free skin. Join our waiting list. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Then when they click on the ad, I would send them to a landing page, a funnel. And for those of you who don't know what a funnel is, it's a one-page site that collects the person's name, email, and phone number. However, that one-page site promotes the end result of that service. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So notice everything I've just talked about real briefly. I'm not talking about VTOX. I'm talking about the end result for the client.
Benefit.
See, a lot of people think when they're getting these modalities and learning these new modalities and things like that, that VTOX, that biorepeal, all these things, I need to push the brand, right? We get so sucked into these companies saying, oh, everybody knows biorepeal, everybody knows ProCell, everybody knows this, everybody knows that. Okay. Because they want to push the brand name, which the brand name does have some weight to it, right? But the general public who you're actually selling to doesn't care about the brand name. They care about the end result. And that's what really messes with individuals who say, hey, my marketer didn't work. It didn't do this, did that. Why? Because we're promoting the name brand versus the end result. Right? Like, for example, look at this banner neck behind me. Non-invasive anti-aging and skin correction. That's an offer. That's an offer of service. That's perfect. Okay. So when you're talking about marketing your services going into the fall season, stop talking about the actual modality and start talking about the end result. So for me, if I'm going to go and put together something for BioRepeal, for example, Maria, I don't know exactly what I know it's a serum, right? But what are the advantages?
BioRepeal is a chemical peel.
Mhm,
So you need 6 treatments, and it helps
mhm.
with fine lines, wrinkles, and pigmentation.
So why would I do that over the Vtox?
It just depends on your skin concern, because some like the Vtox will not help with pigmentation.
So here's the thing. That's what I love. Getting down to the nitty-gritty niche of what that product or service solves. So are you suffering from skin pigmentation issues? Speak directly to that client's soul,
Mm.
not to the service. Because once, Maria, if I said to you, hey, I could hire a VA for you tomorrow, that's going to close about 30 leads a month, what would you say?
Let's do it.
Okay. But Maria, it's going to cost you $4,000 a month. What would you say?
I would break down the numbers and see what it would come out to.
You'd see your return on investment, but you're going to realize it's going to cost you more money not paying me $4,000 than to just pay me $4,000 to get the 30 clients.
Right.
So that's where when you're talking with someone who has skin pigmentation issues and they see that kind of offer, it resonates with them. Is this making sense to a lot of you down here? Type 1 if this is connecting with, like, you're thinking about your marketing, you're like, holy smokes, I've been talking about the service. I've been talking about all this stuff and trying to push the service name versus the actual end result. Okay. That's where in my marketing in my studio, okay, when we do, for example, we do offer pro sell in my studio. I never use the name pro sell in my ads. And on my landing page, it's mentioned once in small print. I always talk about what services or what issues that service solves. Okay.
I also want to open up, you guys are welcome to turn on your mics and
Mhm.
ask questions or ask questions about your offers. So if somebody else specialize, like I specialize in skincare. I
Mhm.
want to know, like, does anybody specialize in like permanent makeup, waxing, that kind of stuff?
So real quick for permanent makeup, our offer isn't, hey, microblading, $500. It's 6 weeks to no fuss brows. That's what my ad says. Well, what is that? Because guess what? Everybody on social media right now is hitting with permanent makeup ads, and they all look the same. But when I say 6 weeks to no fuss brows, they're like, what service is that? Meaning I get more inquiries than they do. And then guess what happens? I get more bookings than everybody else. Why? Because, and this is a big kind of topic, but I decommoditized my service. The issue when we're in saturated markets, who feels like they're in a saturated market right now? Who feels like, oh my God, the market's so saturated, I can't sell my service. I have to just discount myself. Right? Does anybody feel that way? You type yes, 1, 2, whatever in the chat. So if you feel that way, the way to overcome that is to stop being a commodity, stop being like everybody else, stop making your service so available, and start offering something that is totally different than anybody else is offering. Right? For example, right now I'm at the John Institute, and a new product line just came out, and it's literally going to be the most game-changing thing in permanent makeup, in my opinion. And to me, it's going to shake up the market for permanent makeup artists in a way that, you know, it makes the service more economical for the artist and for the person buying it. So when you're trying to think about, you know, how do you stand out in the fall season? just offer something that no one else has really ever seen. So
I like that you said start with the end goal. So even like 6 weeks, it's giving them, okay, I could commit 6 weeks to that. That makes sense. Because as we all know, in order to see a change in the skin, it needs to be consistency. So I really like that for sure. What about budget? Like if I'm running ads, I have my offer. I have, so we have an offer. What was the second thing? Our offer is what we offer.
yep.
Facials. The second thing was what?
Well, it's naming your offer. What's the name of your
Naming your
offer? And
offer.
yeah, and
Right.
then actually like, okay, 6 weeks no fuss brows. How much should I be spending on ads?
Correct.
Okay, so getting into budget's very indicative of your goal. It's very indicative of your goal. So to me, a healthy budget is between $10 and $20 a day. Spend between $10 to $20 a day to actually book clients. I know people that are like, I can only do $5 or $6 a day. There are other ways to get clients outside of $5 or $6 a day. Okay. Spending that. Save your money. Don't do it that. Don't do that. Now, I think $10 to $20 a day is a very healthy budget. If you're working with a marketer right now that tells you more than $20 a day, I'm just going to call it like I see it, and they don't know what they're doing. It's just not, you should easily be able to get a good amount of quality leads at the $10 to $20 a day mark. So 5 to 7, depending on the modality that you're advertising, could work, but it's really dependent on that modality you're advertising. Like for permanent makeup, $5 to $7 a day isn't going to work. So what else you got?
What platforms and where should people be running their ads? Facebook, Instagram, Google. What do you think?
So here's something I want to bring up. I want to talk about all the platforms really quick. And this is how, after working with thousands of clients, we view all the platforms. Facebook is transactional. Instagram is 50% transactional, 50% idea sharing. TikTok is pure entertainment. And YouTube Shorts, things like that is educational. So when I'm trying to sell something and make $1 tomorrow, I'm on Facebook first and Instagram. If I'm trying to sell a high ticket service, very high ticket service, I'm on YouTube and YouTube Shorts. My last go-to right now is TikTok. TikTok is for people that just want to escape, to me, the world for a little bit and just scroll. Get on that death scroll train a little bit, right? I have clients that we run TikTok ads for that have millions of followers. Their cost per lead is very low, but the actual people who are transacting the quality of the lead is very poor, very poor. So I would say Facebook would be your number one go-to right now.
Before I go to the next question, do we have any questions? And does everybody go ahead? I'm sorry.
So, and I preface that with, think about when you're, especially in aesthetics, what age demographic, Maria, is your ideal client?
My ideal client is 34 to like 50, 55.
Guess what? Did you know on average, the average Facebook users in their upper 30s?
Yeah. So Facebook is what I want. What about Google?
I have a love relationship with Google. I have a love, hate relationship with Google. Google's amazing. It's expensive. So if you're budget conscious right now, I probably wouldn't start with Google. However, Google is amazing if you can afford it. I personally will not touch Google myself unless I can at least spend $10. Like $10 is just getting me. I think last month, me and my wife spent $300 on Google, and we were getting 1 to 2 calls a day. It was pretty good. But out of those 1 to 2 calls, maybe about 4 or 5 clients from it. So do we see a return? Yes, but not like the return we see in Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
I want to know, you could put yes or no in the chat. Have any of you ran ads before? You have to put yes or no. Yes. Yes. No. I specifically, no. I asked this because I'm trying to take you guys, and I always, every time I'm going to do a live, I'm trying to put everybody in the mind of the esthetician, right? So we're, okay, we have our offer special, we're running our ads. After we run our ads, we have our budget, so we know what a healthy budget looks like. What's next? And then after that, one of the reason why I say this is one of the questions I was going to dive into after this, sorry, is how can estheticians leverage their holiday promotions and packages without devaluing their service or overwhelming their schedule? So that's where I'm heading to.
I love it. So can I go ahead and go there?
Yes.
So I'm a huge believer in crafting your offer, okay, titling your offer, but then bundles. I love bundles. And I love bundles that are multiple day bundles. And what I mean by that is, hey, get your first free pro cell treatment with your microblading package. Well, guess what? You can't do microblading and pro cell on the same day. You got to wait like at least like 2-3 weeks in between. But it gets that person coming back, gets that person going. So to me, I would look at what services complement each other in your service menu and combo those and name that package based on the end result you're trying to achieve. For example, like if you're a waxer, okay, well, what body parts do most people get together? Name that package. To me, I actually had a client, what was it, 3 or 4 weeks ago? We were on a coaching call and she's like, Tony, I can't live off of just, making $30-$40 a client. How do I make more money waxing? Great. Sell waxing packages. Your waxing package starts at $199, but you get this. Believe it or not, 90% of people don't take the time to break out the price. They just look at the end result. Especially the demographic we're pitching to, they care about the end result. So if you could solve their end result, money doesn't matter. It's kind of like, and you show enough value that way. So like, let's say I did a waxing package for $199. You get, underarms up here, you're right here, and legs. Get all that for $199. I don't know what you would normally charge for it, but to me that sounds like a deal. But to some people, yes, so you will have those clients, and I will say this: you will have clients that do the math, and okay, I can get that for that, I can get that for that, and guess what? That's not your client. That's just not your client. But how do you bring more value without discounting? Offering a package, packaging your services. I know some of the med spas we work with, that's all they do. They do not sell a la carte services anymore. Why? Because they want a higher ticket item. They want to work smarter, not harder. When you're chasing price, you're working harder. When you're chasing value, you're working smarter. Okay. So show more value by offering better packages or starting to offer packages. So
For everybody who has not ran ads before, is this making sense? Or is there anything that you would like us to dive
yeah,
deeper?
please, because I'm going over 10,000 view of what we do and how we do it. Like crafting your offer, crafting your package, there's a lot more that goes into it. Those are actual trainings we actually teach on hours on end. So
And I also want to add that Tony is going even deeper than this on Thursday. I put the link in the chat, and if you put
that's
beauty,
not the
that's not the
that's
link.
not the link. No, hold on 1 second. I'll get the link.
And if you put beauty one, you get it for $1.
Yeah,
But okay, another one that I really liked, a question while you're looking for that.
yeah.
How can estheticians maintain client loyalty and encourage repeat booking after the holiday season, after the holiday rush is over? Why I really am excited about niching about October is while we're getting all these people in and running all these ads, that's where we're trying to keep the clients. So client retention to make our slower season not slow.
So here's the thing. A lot of people think, oh, I have to give a discount. I have to give a discount to get them back in. No, you don't. You have to start a conversation. So hold on 1 second. I'm just copy and paste the code.
Okay.
1 second. All right. So one thing Jake Randolph, the owner of our company, has never really done is taught Facebook ads and like what goes into the ads and things like that. If that is something you're interested in, then boom, right there. I'm dropping it in the chat. That is right there. Right there. Did everybody see it?
Yes.
So, but there it is.
So the two questions: how can estheticians maintain client loyalty and encourage repeat bookings after the holiday rush is over? And then the next one is, what common mistakes should estheticians avoid when planning their holiday marketing campaign, and how can they ensure their efforts lead to long-term success?
So, first one, once they've come in for that holiday special, I always like to ask people, how are you nurturing that relationship? And yes, we all have the automations in Megaro and Acuity and things like that. Say, hey, how is your service? Or hey, how's this going? But my first way to get retention is to one, send out a thank you card handwritten. The day they leave, when they're in your studio, they get the service. Take one extra minute, write a thank you card out, notate something about the service that was special to you, and drop it in the mail at the end of the day. People love those little touch points. Okay. Number two would be to then call that client, pick up the phone and call that client 3 weeks after the service and say, hey, I just wanted to check in to see how you were doing. Don't text. Call is very important. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking that's too much work. That's a lot. Guess what? I'm just going to boldly say this. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful, is the mindset and the willingness to do whatever it takes to grow your business. That may be harsh for some people to hear, but I'll tell you right now, like there's a YouTube video with me and Amanda Banks. She's a 7-figure, $1 million permanent makeup artist. Kills it. Okay. Her claim to fame, note card and picking up the phone and calling. Just because you have a perceived busy day, we all have 5 or 10 minutes in the day to do that kind of activity, right? It's, do we choose to pick up the phone and scroll, or do we choose to pick up the phone and make $1? And that's where the harsh reality of like how I coach is. I'm just very harsh about it. I'm very, hey, this is why I'm doing it, and you know why people succeed and don't succeed. How do you keep a client? It's not by price. If you're trying to keep a client by price, you'll never keep them because they're looking for the cheapest price. That's a Groupon client. I hate to say it. If you're looking to keep a client, you have to build a relationship with the client. There is no marketing tactic that's going to retain that client other than the relationship. And I hope that really resonates with some of you.
I love how you said it's not a marketing tactic. And this is from every conversation we've had, you've always said it's a relationship, not transactional.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's a huge takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Because if I had a one-on-one relationship with all of you, and then there was a marketer that came through that was $300 cheaper, would you still work with me because we had a great relationship?
Yeah, because
Probably.
how can we trust the other person?
Exactly. Is $300 worth that trust? No, it's not. So, and that's where even in any economy, he or she who owns the relationship wins. So if you have such a loyal following, it's a great example is Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all those higher end brands. Why are they not really susceptible to the economy? Because they built a one-to-one relationship with every one of their clients that come in. My wife gets a text from her Louis Vuitton rep once a month. Hey, just want to see how you're doing, Adele. Yada, yada, yada. Now we know why they're trying to get my wife in. Ain't gonna work.
and it
Ain't
works.
got time for that. But they're not susceptible because they focus on the relationships and not the money, right? Like I could tell you right now, like I have one of, and I'm just gonna call her out. Angelica Sains, who's on this call, is one of our clients. She's an amazing individual. I love her to death. Okay. With her, we've been all around the gambit, right? And I'm sure she's been approached by other people, but we have such a strong relationship, right? Angelica said, yep, hi. She said hi. But we have a strong relationship, right? And that's where you have to just double down. How do you keep clients? Focus on the relationship. People are always focusing on money and discounts. Focus on the relationship. So what was the other question?
What common mistakes should estheticians avoid when planning their holiday marketing campaign, and how can they ensure their efforts lead to long-term success?
Okay. So a common mistake I see is individuals pricing themselves out of the market. And what I mean by that is pricing themselves in a way that they're giving away their service so much and so often. They have too many specials going on at once. And now their clients are trained to know that, hey, I'll just wait for another special.
Can I piggyback off that?
Yeah. Go.
If we are that person who have trained our clients, how do we get out of that?
This is going to hurt.
Yeah.
You just have to rip the Band-Aid off. You just have to stick to your price. You have to do that. Jake did that. Here's the thing. Jake did that for gosh, 7 months, and our sales tanked. But now, you know what? They're right back to where they were, and we just kept going. The way we overcame it was showing more value to the client. The way you always overcome price is showing more value. Think about it. Lexus and, Kia. Both are great cars. Both have 4 wheels. Both have great engines. Both have this or that. But which one has a higher perceived value? Which one offers a little bit more sense of luxury?
It's also with Lexus, comes with Toyota, and we know that Toyotas run forever. They're
Yeah.
safe, they're reliable, they're a family car. So they have marketed themselves and probably have done a really good job of customer service, making, like, if I'm in a car with the Lexus, like, I've seen my mom, thank God she's fine, but she got into a car accident with the Lexus, and she's like, that car performed like I've never seen. Like, I love a Lexus and it's worth every single penny.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. Another common marketing mistake that I see happening, and even in our studio, is not educating enough. Our best quality leads come from ads that don't have a promotion, that don't pitch a service, they give a tip. 4 brow tips or 4 skincare tips for the month of October in Edison, New Jersey. Run that ad. You're going to have every woman in Edison, New Jersey clicking on your ad. Hands down. Wanting more info. And guess what? Now you can create more connections, more relationships, more opportunities.
Because you're getting
And also, if you're an esthetician that loves pushing their back bar, okay, if you have an amazing back bar, like we use Circadia in our studio. If you want to push more product, if you're trying to push more product, start creating content about how this issue is solved using this product. Okay, because not everybody I didn't know Circadia until my wife came to me. I didn't know Circadia, and then when Maria's like, "Hey, I use Circadia," I was like, "Oh my god, we use Circadia too." Right?
I mean, Circadia has done a very good job of showing us the benefits.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But at the end of the day, you as a practitioner, you have to make sure that when you're running ads, you're just speaking to the heart of the consumer, not to the wallet of the consumer. That's the biggest thing I could say Jake Randolph, the owner of our company, taught me was speak to the heart of the consumer, not the wallets of the consumer. Because if you have the heart, you have the relationship, you have a long-lasting business. So,
If you don't mind me asking, Angelica, what services do you offer?
Sorry, I was trying to mute myself.
No worries.
So I am a Kazi, and I've been in this industry for almost 20 years. I'm aging myself, but I specialize in permanent makeup and permanent jewelry and body contouring.
Oh, so you're busy.
Yes.
What
Yes, yes.
if you what offer are you getting are you getting do you even do that still for the fall seasons?
Um, no, I mean, we change it up, but usually just like Tony and his stuff, like just monitor my ads anymore. And they change as needed, because like too much change also, like it kind of restarts you. So you want to get into like a good um flow, for lack of a better word, I guess, and just keep it where it's going. So, and they'll suggest that to you as well. Like if it's going well, like they monitor my ads, and that's just something that nor do I have the brain, nor do I want to have the brain for. So I just leave it up to them.
I
I
would
just, it's like, if there's pictures that I don't like, I'll tell them, you know what, swap these pictures out. Let's use these ones. Or, like as your work starts getting better over the years and stuff like that, or you see better results on one client, then you just swap them out for like, that's what I do anyway.
got it. Thank you so much for sharing.
Absolutely.
I would also like to open up the floor for questions.
I love I love, yeah, please ask me anything, but definitely I love thinking about how to sell a service that no one really has ever heard of. That's like my specialty. Like if there's something you're struggling with selling, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, and it doesn't even have to be about paid ad selling. It's just, how do I sell it? Like, what do I say? So, because even my wife gets so excited with new modalities and things like that. And she's like, oh, we could do this, we could do that, jet plans, da, 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 da. All right, how are we going to sell it? So,
Well, that's what we're good at. We're good at the
yeah.
like seeing and learning, and that's our specialty.
Yep. Yep. So,
I'm like, no one wants to ask a question?
no. Veronica unmuted. Sorry if I'm calling you out.
Nope, I'm good. I'm ready.
Awesome.
So I am located in Naples, Florida.
Okay.
I personally do the permanent makeup because I started doing lashes, brows, facials, got into the permanent makeup industry. I love it all. So I started hiring people so I could focus on PMU.
Mhm.
So now it's a team of 4.
Mhm.
I do permanent makeup. I have 2 employees that do lashes and brows, and I
Mhm.
have 1 person who took over all of my facial clients. With facial specifically, I feel like being in Southwest Florida, we're competing a lot with really big med spas.
Mhm.
But we're kind of more of the maybe like more routine based, like really finding your at-home skincare regimen. We do a lot of face reality.
Mhm.
We retail a lot of face reality, a lot of Climate. But I feel like down here, it's just so big on med spas.
Mhm.
I feel like we just don't know how to compete, especially with everybody trying to do like skin better, hydrinity.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of those are the things that we're kind of competing with. And I feel like people just want to go to med spas. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know half the time what they're paying for because they're coming in to do other services here.
Yep.
I'm like, how do I convert these clients to facial clients?
Your current clients? How do you convert your current clients to facial clients?
Yeah.
Offer offer a free skin analysis.
Okay.
Offer a free skin analysis. The hardest part about pitching any service is creating the opportunity to pitch the sale. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
How do I create that opportunity to even have the opportunity to sell my product? So if you have, and this goes for everybody on this call, if you have a massive database of people that you've already transacted with you, those are people that already know, like, and trust you. Okay. Offer something of high perceived value for free, like a free skin analysis. Well, guess what? Like, if I was home, I have I have my little eye cream of Kiehl's. That's
Mhm.
what I use for eye cream. I was like, dang, I was just looking at my eyes. I got some bags. But but long story short, okay, Kiehl's offered me a free skin analysis, and I walked out with a $300 setup. So for you, it's offer a free skin analysis, identify their skin issue, and then solve that skin issue's problem with one of your services or products.
Okay, yeah, because I know like before even like trying to run ads, what I'm trying to do is really make sure I'm spending my money wisely. So before
Mhm.
I even put my money into ads, we
Love
already
it.
have such a large clientele. I should be focusing on the people I do have at hand first. But we're
Love it.
just trying to figure that out. Yeah.
I 1,000 as a marketer that makes money by running paid ads.
Yeah.
I 1,000% agree with you. I
Yeah. So that's gonna be
1,000% agree with you.
And then
If
where
you
we
put,
have people laying down there just talking about all these, they're going to like the laser lounge just opened down the street. And I'm like, okay. And I know the people who are working there, they just got out of school. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it, but they're just going in there and paying for some of these things. I'm just like, you don't even need that.
yep. So here's the thing about those services or those companies, for example. And this is a philosophy that I have, and I've told Maria this till I was blown in the face. The way you overcome your competition is by getting in front of more people than your competition. But there comes a plateau and a point where, just like for example, Jake, our company, we've worked with probably over 6,000 permanent makeup artists and estheticians. There's people that love us. There's people that absolutely hate us. We're not going to, our success rate's 90%, right? For you and where you're at, it sounds like you're kind of at the same point. You've worked with so many people. You focus so long for getting in new clients, new clients, new clients. What does your internal efforts to get your repeat clients look like? And that's where, if you offered a free skin analysis, actually had that SD pick up the phone and say, hey Becky, I noticed you're in last month, and because you came in last month, we're actually wanting to offer you a free skin analysis. Would you be available this week or next week to pop in for your free analysis? That's it. That's all you're going to say. Don't sell them anything over the phone. Don't do any of that. Don't try to sell them.
Okay.
Offer the skin analysis and then suggestively say, are you available this week or next week? And book them in. Because the issue you're having is you're not getting people in front of your esthetician. If your esthetician's good, she's going to be able to really build rapport, really identify the skin issues, and then really prescribe a solution in a passionate way. So I hope that really helps.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, I 1,000. What if you don't ask me how many people are in your database? Like just ballpark.
Probably like four, I think last time I checked like 475, right under 500.
Okay, so in my studio, we launched another location in since April. We've developed about 500 people. So out of that, and just giving you realistic expectations, out of that, I would expect for 50 to 75 people to take you up on that offer.
Okay.
About 10%. Here's the thing: it may take you calling everybody 3 times to get them in though. So be prepared to make a lot of calls. And if you call them once, I would not leave a voicemail. I'd call again. Every
Okay.
week, call everybody until they all answer. So love that.
Yeah, I
So
definitely
share.
feel like on that point, I think we definitely could do a lot better reaching out to people. I think my employees have just gotten used to, because I've probably done it myself. I just reach out by text and just leave it at that. I don't
Mhm.
think the text is working. But I think we're all somewhat shy, but I think that's just something that we just have to kind of get over and
Well,
put
let me
ourselves
let
out
me ask
there.
this, Veronica. Let's say me and you didn't talk on this call, right? We didn't have this conversation. And I just said, I called you 3 days from now and said, hey, Veronica, I just wanted to give you a quick call. I noticed you're on my call the other day, and I just want to thank you for stopping by the call and wish you a happy 2020, the rest of your 2024. How would that make you feel?
Remembered.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. And that's, by the way, I can't do that this week. I'm not calling anybody. I'm not promoting. I'm not hunting anybody down, by the way. I'm just trying to prove a point that make people feel special. 90, and I will boldly say this, 99% of estheticians, businesses in the beauty industry don't do that. They're used to how Vagaro and Acuity, all these companies say, oh, we could send text blasts, we could send text reminders, we could send check-ins. People are desensitized to AI, right? People are desensitized to all these automations. So the way you make people feel special is picking up the phone and calling. And trust me, well, my wife absolutely hates it. Absolutely hates it. So awesome. So Sharon asked, how would you sell a lash lift? Well, I wouldn't call it a lash lift. I would call it something else because everybody knows what a lash lift is. So again, you know, what does a lash lift solve? 1 day for flawless lashes. That's your offer. 1 day for flawless lashes. You're not specifying a lash lift. You're not specifying anything about lashes. I have crappy lashes. I want them flawless in 1 day.
You're brilliant.
Thank you. A great example of that is, I don't know if everybody has ever seen the franchise 24-hour blinds. The name's 24-hour blinds. So that's for identifying their ideal customer of somebody who's in a rush. 1 day to flawless lashes. So, all right. So Jay said, I'm a baby SD and starting to plan to go solo. I've been working in a local spa for almost 2 years. Just wanted to take time to make sure I'm. All right. So when you're talking about adding services and getting a whole bunch of services and things like that going, Jace, my first question is, when you're starting out, do you have the clientele base to even pitch one service to? And if you don't, I would then look at, like, starting out as an esthetician, I would get like 3 of my top services that I really want to focus on and just focus there. I would not start with aesthetics, then permanent jewelry, then jet plasma, then have this big menu of services. That way you're the jack of all and master of some. Okay. Be laser focused on what you offer starting out. But before you get laser focused and before you get this shiny object syndrome, make sure that you actually have the clients to pitch to. So there you go. Anybody else? Those are great questions. Anybody else? All right, Maria.
All righty. So I think the next thing, we'll put the link, your link. So really quick, from the last call that Tony and I had, I did write a blog post where I took really good notes and then I put everything. I put the link in the chat if you guys want to go back and check it out. Also the replay from last time, or this one, will be up again. And I'll link it to the blog as well. And then don't forget to check out his class with Beauty One code, which is $1. I really want to say thank you so much for taking the time. I feel like we all took so much value out of this. I like the fact that you humanize. I feel like everybody I speak to dehumanizes the whole experience, but that's probably why some people aren't successful, respectfully. So I liked, that's a huge takeaway, and I feel like we could all implement that. So I feel like that's setting us up for success and really just changing our mind shift, because I think, me personally, have been really transactional. This is me speaking from my business. So thank you for all your advice, and I look forward to the next one.
And again, it's not, it's this industry, we're here to helping people. We're here to share the love and help make people feel better about themselves, especially when you're looking at growing your business. Please make sure, if you're looking at hiring a marketer, please do your research on your marketers. I got passionately into it because I saw so many scammers out there, and we have I'll be honest with you, marketers suck. We have such a bad name. And to me, marketing isn't about discounts. It is about promotions. It's about following up, taking the time for business, taking the time to show up for your business and helping that consumer. So that's all I have to say.
The next one, we should do on how to hire a VA. Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Hey, Maria, I'm sorry. This is Valerie. I have one more quick question for Tony.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you recommend, I know you talk a lot about packaging and bundles. would you recommend doing a facial bundle including home care products?
Absolutely. I would, if you're trying to pitch your back, like let's say you're trying to pitch a portion of your back bar or something like that. Let's say you're trying to pitch that. Okay. What I would absolutely do is say, buy these 3 things and get a free luxury facial valued at $150. Right. So they get a free luxury facial with the products they're buying from you. So they actually can see, like, kind of see, feel, touch it a little bit. So I would absolutely do that. That's a great way to sell. Great higher tickets.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank
no
you.
problem. So, all righty, Maria, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a good day, everybody.
All righty, see ya.
Bye-bye.